My dear fellow citizens, I am Syed Zafar Mahmood speaking to you today on 28th of September 2021 on lessons of Pandemic Plus for UPSC related common space. Ladies and gentlemen, in respect of the in-person classroom coaching schedule for the competitive examinations of UPSC, the pandemic came down as a bolt from the blue. Abruptly, during early 2020, a large number of the candidates got dislocated and had to confine themselves mostly at home and began studying solo. That, nonetheless, is a vital component of such preparation. So, to that limited extent, the pandemic may even be treated as a blessing in disguise. Coaching should not be the mainstay of the preparation. It can give only a well-directed push. The really pivotal part of the preparation has to be done in isolation at the candidate's own study table at home or in the hostel room. Yes, surely those organizations which provide for an annual coaching timetable in the cohesive environs of hostel premises had to take a step back because of the pandemic. This happened monumentally during the lockdown, but even spilled over much beyond that, because both the candidates and their families, as well as the institutional organizers, have rightly since been in a COVID-related paradoxical situation of be or not to be. Joylessly, the predicament continues in some form even now and may last till the end of 2021, if not longer way off. Yet, even in these pandemic-driven subnormal circumstances, healthy competitive life went on, as the aspirants did have the larger picture in mind that was going to fructify towards the phase when the virus effect would be fizzling out. Thankfully, the UPSC too did its annual work most dutifully, though this year it took a little extra time. The candidates who had passed the mains written examination were interviewed for personality test over an unusually extended span of several months. Ultimately, the result of final selection was declared towards the end of September 2021. The topper is from an interior rural area of Bihar. Many other position holders are from similar background. Thus, those living in the rural areas, characteristically open to the sky, seem to have had a preparatory edge over the pandemic-infested urban life behind closed doors in air-conditioned atmosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, this is surely yet another broad, nature-friendly, divine lesson revealed through the onslaught of the coronavirus. Furthermore, the unconstitutional, antisocial, anti-UPSC laneway taken in the second half of 2020 with ulterior motive, though only by a very small fraction of our electronic and social media, ultimately met with strong governmental and judicial censure. When a healthy coronary artery is ambushed by a harmful pingwit substance and tends to get bottlenecked, the great nature creates bypasses to keep the hemoflow healthy. According to the celebrated Justice Benjamin Cardoza, a current which ever permeates a people may not necessarily turn aside in its course and pass by the ones holding responsible positions. Yet, before meeting its Waterloo, even the few weeks during which the perverted rant continued had no capacity to encrypt a whiff on the impartial minds later deployed to churn out the kernel from the husk. And it could not obscure the immaculately transparent process of gauging the countrywide caliber. Nonetheless, temporary natural and man-made aberrations are inconsequential in the life of great nations that are guided by nothing other than God and human conscience. Yes, at the ground level in the civil society, there must be no let-up ever vis-a-vis collective sincerity and systematic patient perseverance. A devoted competitor's ideal should be the falcon known in India as Baz. It is the most courageous of all the bird species and flies at high altitudes. It is not scared of the headwinds and treats these as a natural instrumentality to maintain its flight at greater heights, where it also enjoys and utilizes its competitive solitude. Falcon-like humans are born with the vision to see beyond the superficial and discern between events as they happen. To swoop, retreat, and swoop again is only a pretext to keep up the heat of the falcon's extraordinary capacity. Continued and expanded identification of and outreach to such swooping falcons and their adoptive patronage by some of us elders will suffice to discharge the social responsibility that would go to mold the society towards prioritizing its concentration for a consolidated dynamism to de-shrink, reclaim, and defend the common space for inclusive development, fully using the societal diversity, breadth, and vibrancy, measuring up to the spirit running through our sacred constitution. That would boost the people's capacity to reclaim their selfhood, value systems, and co-ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, Article 16 of the Constitution of India provides for equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state. And our great nation takes blissful pride in fondly cherishing and keep improving upon this enviable policy tool aimed at ensuring that competition is not restricted or undermined in any ways that are detrimental to the society. Needless to recapitulate, public bureaucracy not only provides a robust network in the administrative and developmental spheres, but also as an integrative force helping build high sense of national solidarity. It provides continuity and strengthens democracy. Therefore, it is vital to keep the values of bureaucracy at the highest moral pedestal. Consequently, the civil society's active and meaningful participation in facilitating the intake of the most righteous citizens into the civil services will help achieve the goal of establishing better systemic environment of our governance. With this end in view, we the people of India need to continuously work hard and redouble our efforts to implement the constitutional mandate and selflessly supplement the consequential efforts made by our government and its agencies. May God bless the nation and may God bless all of us. Thank you.